In cinema or TV, the audience has to feel that it's the first time and the only time that the character is saying this text. We have to feel that it was the character's or the actor's decision to use those words, that those are his words emotionally. That's why I have a way of memorizing text. I learned from my actors that many times the way they memorize it with the punctuation. They memorize it with the geshim on words. They memorize it how you read text rather than how you really speak text. And for cinema, of course, you have to be real. So this is what I suggest. If it works for you, I'll be very happy. If it doesn't, I won't be so happy. Okay, I hope it does work for you. But I learned that a lot of actors, especially if they come from theater, when they do text, it sounds very theatrical. Why? Because they put the geshim on words. They put pauses where it's not necessary. I feel that many times the way they memorize the text, they memorize it with the punctuation. They memorized it how they read the text or how they hear the text on a tape that they might put on. Okay, so I have a way of memorizing the text, and I'm going to use an example. As you can see, there's a split screen, and the text is written down right next to me. It'll make it a lot easier for you to understand. So what you do is this, okay? This is the text. So the first thing you do is read it out loud, okay? It's very important that you read it out loud, so it helps you with your feelings. All right? If you just think about the text, it becomes the dot, the dot, the dot, the dot, the dot, the dot, and we don't want that, okay? So here we have the first thing we need once we've read the text, or the monologue that we have now, is what is the situation? Because as we talked about the situation, that's number one. So right now, in this monologue, the situation is that this character he was in a war, he lost his legs, and now the situation is he's coming to talk to the parents of someone he shot with friendly fire. Now, friendly fire means that shot his own person that belonged in the same platoon as he did. So the situation is someone coming to talk to the parents of a person that was accidentally killed. Once you know that, you read again the whole text from the beginning to the end, and then you decide what is the objective. What do you want from these parents? Why you went there in the first place, why you got yourself in the situation in the first place is your objective. Now, every actor while reading this can decide on their own objective. Most of the actors will say, oh, I want them to forgive me. That's another discussion we're going to have, but no, that's not the objective, but if that's what you chose, fine. I shouldn't say that. Never mind, but it's okay, I'll take that out. But anyway, then you decide on the objective. Most actors will say, I want them to forgive me. But that's a very basic objective. If you can, always go a little bit deeper. Why do you want them to forgive you? Because you help them or you're against the war. But memorizing text, make it short, make it simple. So I'm going to say, I want them to help me stop the war. That's the basic objective. Then I read the scene again with the situation in mind, with the matara in mind. And then I'm going to say to myself, what do I feel when I'm saying this text? And I call it the lama. Why am I using these words? I feel guilty. I feel angry. Put those feelings in. Once you have the situation now, you have the matara now, and now when you read it again with your feelings. Once you've read it again with your feelings, you take the script, you cover it, you don't look at it, and by now you'll be able to say the script word for word, memorize it within 5 minutes. And you're going to memorize it with feelings. You're going to memorize it with the situation in your mind, not with nikudot, not with the way the music sounds of the text, the beating, etc., etc. You can memorize it with regesh. You can memorize it with being you. Now, if you realize that you forgot a certain part of the text, it's only because, like I said before, you don't know why you're saying it. The minute you ask yourself, okay, I forgot this sentence. Let's say you forgot the sentence that says, and then I saw a body fall in the sand. Okay, why are you saying that this moment? What are you feeling when you're saying that? Once you give yourself the answers to these questions, you're not going to forget the text.